Hey guys, North Shadow here. Thanks for stopping back in. So there hasn't been any major news going on this last week, but there were a couple things I really wanted to touch on, and I think they're building towards something pretty big, and you know they're building towards that branding announcement. They're building towards revealing the roster, and that's based on just how active the Twitter account has been. So my video last week was going over, you know, the account going live and them interacting with teams and fans, which they've been doing a great job of, absolutely killing it. There's been posts that are, you know, really fun and entertaining posts every day since it's come up, including over the weekend. So, you know, they've been really interactive, not only with the people you'd expect them to be interactive with, but also the fans. So, you know, if you're following them and you want to reach out and say, you know, looking forward to season 2, there's a good chance they'll respond because the social media team is absolutely killing it here. But one of the things they've been doing that I really appreciated was reaching out and trying to rally the southern states around the team. So a lot of people are, you know, they've been a little bit confused about why we feel like we needed a southern team and why Atlanta is the southern team when we already had teams like, you know, the Texas teams, Houston and Dallas and Florida even, which is very, very far southeast. And what a lot of people don't realize is that the culture of Texas and the culture of Florida are very much their own thing. Like Texas is so big and self-contained that Texas is just Texas. And while a lot of fans in the Southeast became fans of Houston because culturally there was a lot of overlap between the Southeastern culture and Texan culture, but also proximity. They were one of the closer teams. So there's a lot of fans of Houston, but it was never really the hometown team. As someone who was a Houston fan in season 1, they were a great team, and I really love supporting them, but I never actually felt that they were my hometown team. So that's one reason I was so excited when Atlanta got announced, and one reason I'm even making these videos. And Florida is kind of the same way in that it's very much its own culture. When the Panhandle is kind of part of the Southeast, but when you start to move further south, you get a lot of tourists and a lot of people coming in and settling from places outside of where you'd expect, not just people trickling in from the northern states, but people coming in from, you know, Latin America and Cuba and Puerto Rico and things like that really have defined Florida culture as its own thing. I mean, couple that with the people who come to Florida during the winter to get away from harsher climates, and you have a community in Florida that's just very diverse and very varied and very Florida. It's very much its own thing, and while it's a very good culture, it does not represent what, you know, people would typically consider Southern culture. So that kind of, you know, deals with why it is important for there to be a Southern team and why there wasn't one previously. And I love that Atlanta is recognizing this and reaching out to the other states, not only just saying, hey, North Carolina, you know, you should be fans, but saying, hey, North Carolina, hey, Tar Heels, hey, fans of teams and organizations and schools and stuff that exist in your state. We are aware of your culture, we are aware of your fandom, and we want you to be our fans too. And even teams like Louisiana, or states like Louisiana, where, you know, they have the Saints, and the Saints and the Falcons, which are out of Atlanta, are very big rivals. But even them, they reached out and said, you know, we may be rivals, but put on your red and black beads and come root for Atlanta in Overwatch because we are your Southern team. Now, if you caught that, there's something very interesting about that Louisiana tweet, which was red and black beads. So there's been a lot of speculation. There has been no branding that has been revealed for Atlanta, but red and black is a very, very prevalent color scheme amongst Georgia and Atlanta teams, sports teams like UGA and Falcons and things like that. So that reference was very exciting to see, but with the rivalry between the Saints and the Falcons, it could very easily be chalked up to referencing the Falcons, and I don't think there needs to be too much focus put on that, but I still think we're getting a red and black team. But we'll see. So yeah, it was a lot of fun, and it shows a lot of the identity that the Atlanta team really wants to brand themselves with, and that is not just an Atlanta team, not just a Georgia team, but truly a team to represent the South. And as someone who's technically not in Georgia, right across the border, I really appreciate that. And I really appreciate the double Alabama post, and a shout out to my Auburn Tigers. War Eagle. Thanks, JP. So moving on past that, in response to that, a couple of the teams kind of threw a little bit of shade our way and made fun of these posts where we're rallying our fan base. Houston specifically tried to rally the Earth. We were rallying states. They're like, haha, hey, Earth, come be Houston Outlaws fans. And all I have to say is you guys are just mad that all your Southern fans are abandoning you because we have our own team now. So bye, Houston. And then following up from that, we have Dallas, who tweeted out something about the Horde and Undercity, which was kind of the same thing. And I don't even think their fans knew what they were talking about. So bye, Dallas. Anyway, so that's kind of what's been going on as far as rallying the fan base and building the identity of the team. And I think it's a very good decision and a very strong one. Following up on that, what they've been doing post the rallying states is they've started announcing the staff members of the team and kind of giving them their own post. This started on Tuesday of this week with Paul Hamilton, the owner and CEO. And then Wednesday we had Seffi, Coach Brad. He had his own day. And then today they kind of threw us for a curveball. Today's Thursday, the 18th. They posted Silence, our assistant coach, and then a few hours later, Kasoris, our player development coach. So there was two today, and a couple things. One, I just want to touch base with Kasoris real quick, which he was the first person that I actually interacted with when the announcement from Atlanta Esports Ventures went live. I went out and looked to see how you could interact with the team, and I saw that he was streaming. And I watched some of his streams. I pop in and talk to him now and then. Very personable guy, very, very happy, outgoing, really fun to talk to, really funny guy. And he has played not just Overwatch, but other games, and just kind of has fun with the community, while also playing Overwatch, grinding ladder, getting that SR, and doing VOD reviews and stuff like that. So he's really showing a dedication to getting back into the scene, getting into the meta, and making sure he understands how things are played, and also looking at a more analytical perspective and trying to get ready to develop the players, which is what we're looking forward to. So Kachoris, looking forward to what you can do, man, and I'll see you in your stream sometime. But going on to the other announcements, Paul Hamilton, we don't really need to go over the man, the myth, the legend, the reason we have a team. But Seffi and Silence, so our coach and our assistant coach, something that I never really went over strongly was that Coach Brad was originally the founder and coach of Selfless, and then he went to San Francisco Shock, and then he went to coach Last Night's Leftovers. Silence is also from Last Night's Leftovers. He was the analyst for the team. So not only did we get the head coach, we also got the analyst who has been moved to the assistant coach position. And what I see here, why I think this is important is, when we're playing up against teams that have had an entire season to build their identity, to build their synergy, their attitudes, player synergy, coaching synergy, staff synergy, all of that stuff, we're behind. We're a little bit behind, and I think bringing in coaches that have worked together before and trust each other and know what each other wants and how to achieve it, I think that's going to give us a leg up on really developing that staff synergy to really develop the team in season 2. So yeah, I really think that's a super smart move, and something that I hadn't really touched on fully that I wanted to. But consider that starting Tuesday we had an announcement. We celebrated Paul Hamilton basically, and then Wednesday it was Coach Brad. Today it's been a couple more coaches. As far as the announcement goes of our staff, we are missing Dongmin, our translator, and Danny, our analyst. Danny is also has been doing a lot of VOD reviews, and I've seen him pop into Discord now and then. And Dongmin, he's in Discord all the time. He's so much fun to hang out with and talk to. And from what I understand, he's been doing karaoke. So come check out the Atlanta Discord if you want in on that. So yeah, what we're looking at is, since they had 2 announcements today, I would honestly expect to see Danny and Dongmin come up tomorrow. And then we have the weekend, which there will probably be some fun, back and forth, maybe some fun posts. But what else do we have to reveal after that? Players and branding. So I'm expecting either the branding announcement or to start introducing some of our players starting next week. There was some speculation that maybe Blizzard was going to require people to maybe have an announcement at BlizzCon, but Toronto has already announced that they're having their own announcement event on the 24th. So that's not true. So honestly, it could be any time, and signs are pointing to a lot of things moving next week. So keep an eye out next week. I'm going to be making a video as soon as things start getting announced. But follow me on Twitter. Follow a lot of the Atlanta pages on Twitter and the official one to make sure you get that news as quickly as possible, because it's coming quick, guys. It's coming quick. We're gonna have our branding, and after that, it's just about preseason and maybe some watch parties, maybe meetups. Who knows, guys? Looking forward to meeting you. Anyway, moving on past that, there's a couple other things I wanted to touch on. One was a job posting that was brought to my attention thanks to the Atlanta Discord, and it was for a content editor and motion graphics designer. Now, this was put up 3 days ago, so that was put up this week. To go over kind of what it is it says, in short, you will support the creative production needs of the marketing and content departments to launch and grow the brand of the new Atlanta Overwatch League team. Under general supervision of the creative production teams, you will be responsible for creating videos and motion graphics for social media, advertising, collateral, sponsors, and beyond. So this is going to be basically the person producing a lot of our media content, the stuff that you see from other teams, like everything from the mini docs about who the players are, where they come from, and giving them real stories, all the way up to just like the fun banter between teammates and stuff. Like, I don't know, who likes pineapple on pizza and who doesn't, and get just a tally just to see what the players have to say. Just get their personality out. These ideas and these videos and these fun things are going to be coming from this content editor and motion graphic designer, on top of things like a lot of the transitions, graphics, and the concept of taking the flat branding, the red and black, and the font used and the logo and stuff, and turning it into more involved advertising, making it move and interact, and making transitions out of it, and really taking the branding to the next level. So I'm really looking forward to who this person is and what they can do. They're looking for someone with a lot of experience and a very professional person. And I mean, think about it. This is going to be the person when we steamroll season 2 and end up winning season 2 and having a dynasty for the next several years. This is the person that's going to be documenting that. So I really want someone super professional, right? But yeah, I'll leave a link to this in the description if you want to check it out, or if you have some production shops and want to apply. Yeah, I'll leave that in the description. The only other thing I really wanted to go over is a fun interaction. I don't know how many of you guys know the artist Zedd. He's a DJ and collaborates with a lot of high profile artists. He is a high profile artist. I think he has like 8 million followers on Twitter. He actually tweeted out a play of the game of him on Widowmaker. He plays Overwatch at a pretty high level, and I think it was like a 4K. And he said he was ready for OWL. Well, the Atlanta team came around the tweet and said, "Hey Zedd, delivering some much needed clarity to the enemy team. Hey, Paul, I think we should talk about this. Welcome to Atlanta." And Paul Hamilton said, "Let's go, Zedd." And Zedd replied and said, "Let's go, boys." We said, "Let's go. Get this man a contract. It's time to suit up." Seriously, DM us. So I don't know if anything will come of this, but this was really exciting and fun to see. I would love to see someone like Zedd get more involved with the community. Not even necessarily our team, but maybe not have another one of those DJ Khaled situations. Maybe. Just saying. But yeah, it was a lot of fun interactions, and just more evidence that JP's killing it on Twitter. So good job, JP. Anyway, guys, that is all I have for this week. So I really appreciate you stopping in. And as soon as we hear something else, branding or otherwise, I will make a video of it. Come back and see me. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later.